excuse me, what was supposed to be in the featherweight division bout between Aaron Pico and Jeremy Kennedy had to get canceled. Kennedy withdrew only 8 days before this event, and it was replaced by Adli Edwards. I hope I'm saying his name right. The fight took place at a catch weight of 155 pounds, and Aaron Pico looked good once again, keeping things rolling, getting the win by TKO, the official time coming at 55 seconds of round number 3. Mark, let me start with you this time. What was your take on how Pico looked?
I think Aaron Pico has officially crossed the line of becoming very good at MMA. We need to see him in there against a high-level opponent in order to prove it, but I think it's happened. I think this guy could fight for the title now.
Wow.
His hands are so damn good. His wrestling is so damn good. It has always been about the blend that held him back. He would kind of get frozen in transition moments or frozen looking for one thing while his opponent did another. He'd maybe look for a takedown and get cracked in the face because he'd forget he's still got a box while he's looking for a takedown. It was a guy who had boxed and wrestled that was kind of getting used to MMA and blending them all together. And those moments seem to be gone now. He looks like a natural in there. He looks like a fluid mixed martial artist. And he is a dangerous ask for anyone in that division right now.
Absolutely. Omar, let me bring you in here. What was your take on Pico's performance?
I for one, love watching Aaron Pico. That kid is the epitome of technique. His hands, that kid could sell instructional videos on how to box, and I would fucking buy every single one of them. Okay? That kid's hands are insane. His body shots at this point are legendary. Yeah. Right? I mean, you find anybody in MMA who can hit body shots as consistently as that kid.
Yeah.
And you'd probably find a handful of fighters, if that. Aaron Pico's hands are disgusting. His wrestling game is very good. We do need to acknowledge, though, that Edwards is not elite. Right? The guy
not at all.
The guy that he fought this weekend was not elite. And I want to give credit where credit is due. The kid went 3 rounds with Aaron Pico. He was getting battered for a majority of that fight, but at no point did Edwards quit. Did he stop trying to fight back? He was throwing spinning shit at one point. I mean, the kid is tough, and I think he deserves all the credit in the world for taking that fight on short notice and having the performance that he did. Because no one, I think, gave him a shot in hell in the first place. But he had Aaron Pico measuring himself in that fight. Aaron Pico wasn't just allowed to run over this kid. So credit to him for that. But Aaron Pico is just on a different level, and that's just the reality. And he showed it that night. We definitely need to see him against somebody with some serious credentials, with some serious elite skills. Because if he's able to put them back, Aaron Pico should be fighting for the title.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to clarify one thing I said. I'm talking a big game about Aaron Pico. I just want to say I am well aware that the last time this guy was in there with like an established fighter, the last 2 times really, were 2 in a row where he got finished by Henry Corrales and by Adam Boric. I fully get it. But that was 6 fights ago. And the dude has won 6 straight. I know, like I said, none of them are on the same level of name as those guys. But the improvement I've seen over these 6 fights is so obvious. And I think we are more than ready to go back toward the top again.
100%.
Another cool thing about Aaron Pico people might not realize is that he is homegrown talent for Bellator. His entire 13-fight MMA pro career has all been at Bellator. So good for them. Good for Scott Coker for finding this talent in Aaron Pico.
Yeah.
That being said, Mark, if not an immediate title shot at featherweight taking on Patricio Pitbull, what would you want to see next for Aaron Pico?
Yeah, it definitely can't be immediate because Adam Boric is there, and Adam Boric has the TK over Aaron Pico, so that can't be happening. He's going to have to win another fight for sure, at least 1, if not 2. I don't hate going back to Jeremy Kennedy. I'm not sure how long Kennedy's out for. I actually don't remember the reason Kennedy had to drop out of this fight. But I actually think I would switch it up a little bit and go with Mads Burnell. I just think that's an all-action fight and is more intriguing to me than the Jeremy Kennedy one would be. And that's one that could really skyrocket Pico, maybe even directly to a title shot, assuming Boric had already gotten his by then, if he could beat Mads Burnell.
Omar, anything to add?
Yeah, just to kind of, I guess, add a little something to it. I don't necessarily see Borch beating Pitbull, but that's, we'll save those details for another time. But in the event that Borch doesn't beat Pitbull, I think that would be a nice way to get Aaron Pico from Burnell if he wins right up to Borch, and then for a title shot after that if everything goes as planned. So definitely not too far off from the title shot at this point. And Aaron Pico against Pitbull, if Aaron Pico is this good and is that effective against somebody elite, that's a fight, my man. That is a big, big fight.
It feels crazy to say, considering
I
the
agree.
guy has lost when he has taken steps up. But my brain is like so in love with the idea of Pico fighting Pitbull. Like I could absolutely see him do it. I don't know if that sounds crazy to people listening, but the dude is good.
I can imagine him dropping him with a body shot. A left body hook right to the kidney and just puts Pitbull right on his knees.
I mean, there's a level of like poise that Pitbull has where maybe he could make Pico like open himself up to something and just put his lights out. But I don't know. I would love to see it.
Pico's looking good, man. His confidence too. I think he's at an all-time high. He's walking around like he knows he's good.
Yes, agree.
and,
He believes it now.
Yeah, and when you have a performance like that, it's hard for anybody to tell you shit. So
Yep.
I'm excited to see what's next for Pico. I really am.
All right, moving right along, gentlemen. We're going to hop